Shalom and welcome back for another amazing Parashah adventure with Joseph in Vayigash. In our last Torah episode, Judah steps forward to speak to Joseph. Then Judah drew near to Joseph and spoke. "Oh, my lord! Let me speak as your servant, for you are regarded as Pharaoh." Judah pleads for Benjamin's release, citing his father's love for the boy and his own pledge of safety. He fears for his father's safety if Benjamin is not returned. Joseph reveals himself to his brothers and reveals God's plan to save them from famine. He sends them home with wagons and provisions and invites them to come to Egypt. Jacob is revived and decides to see Joseph before he dies. Jacob left Beersheba with his family and possessions for Egypt, where God promised to make him a great nation. His descendants numbered 70, including Joseph's 2 sons born there. Joseph went up to meet Jacob, his father, in Goshen, and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. Jacob said to Joseph, "Now let me die," and Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, "I will go up and tell Pharaoh." Joseph went in and told Pharaoh that his father and brothers had come from the land of Canaan. Pharaoh let them settle in the land of Goshen and put any able men among them in charge of his livestock. Joseph brought Jacob his father before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh and left the presence of Pharaoh. Joseph settled his father and brothers in Egypt and provided them with food according to the number of their dependents. The famine was severe in Egypt and Canaan, so Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land and exchanged it for grain. When the money was spent, the Egyptians came to Joseph and asked for food, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for their livestock. When the year was ended, they came to Pharaoh and said that they would not hide from him that their money was all spent. They would buy themselves and their land for food and become servants to Pharaoh. Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh and made servants of the people from one end of Egypt to the other. He made a statute concerning the land of Egypt, and it stands to this day, that Pharaoh should have the fifth. Thus, Jacob settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen. And they gained possessions in it and were fruitful and multiplied greatly. This is the end of our parashah. We hope you join us next week for another amazing adventure. Shabbat Shalom.